Hey everyone. Uh, one of my Saturday morning bicycle rides. Just getting set up here. Okay, so let's get going. I think I'll do a bit of bundu bashing today, just to put in a bit of variety. But while I'm riding, I'll just talk about something that has come up in my Facebook pages, an issue that's been discussed quite a lot. How's bro? There seems to be a lot of school kids involved in the conversation of global warming and save the planet and all this sort of thing. Now, I'm actually quite pro kids being involved in being socially aware and all that sort of thing, and that's a good thing. I do feel there's an important aspect to it though, and one thing that I think is very important is to include the aspect of personal responsibility. Hey guys, so I'll talk about this a little bit as I go along. Got to concentrate on other things here as well while I'm going. Anyway, personal responsibility in the planet. Now, one of the postings that I did was somebody was talking about these kids that had taken on this global warming and what are people going to do about it, etc. And they were marching and they were taking off school and all that sort of thing. I'm really against kids not going to school for whatever the cause is. There's a lot of people on the roads today, and so I made a one-line comment saying they should rather make sure that they either walk or ride a bicycle to school. In my day, everybody either walked or rode a bicycle to school. Now, I was called out about this, probably rightfully so, because I didn't really read too much about the thing or do too much research on it, because these were kids in Ireland apparently, and most of them do in fact walk in the snow and rain and ride their bicycles or whatever. So yeah, thanks for the correction there. Yeah, everybody can do their little bit towards improving the planet, and and it's what every individual does when combined together that makes for a better planet. Now, what worries me about the whole save the planet thing is that there's an agenda that has been taken over by political parties, and the agenda is one of if you're not with us in this global warming climate change deal, then you're an evil person. And quite honestly, this is one of the biggest scams that has ever been pulled off on the human race. The agenda is that the government, or governments in the world, most notably in the United States, are the only ones that can save the planet. Give them your money, give them your votes, and we'll save the planet for you. Quite honestly, the planet is not going to be saved, and whether it does need saving or not is a moot point. But a lot of people have been taken in by this agenda, and that's what I'm not too keen about. Fact is that this scene that we're seeing right here with the very beautiful golf park here with hardy-daws and ducks and whatever else will quite happily survive what they call global warming and CO2 emissions. In fact, this is a scene that you'll see perhaps during the rainy season in late summer. You might, with a higher CO2 content, see this all year round with a higher CO2 content, because CO2 is in fact good for plant life, and thereby also good for the ducks and the other flora and fauna around here. So no, they don't own the planet, and they have no intention of saving the planet. They have intention of gleaning power for themselves and enslaving you to an agenda. Quite honestly, what they discuss in the Green New Deal is essentially taking the human race back to the Stone Age. Unfortunately, there's no going back to the Stone Age. The population of the planet is 7.5 billion people, and without the corporations and the technology, and for a very long time the internal combustion engine, you cannot support 7.5 billion people on this planet. So just consider that. But nevertheless, do your bit for the planet, but don't make the so-called planet savers your new religion and your new church, because like every other organization, They want power over you, and they love it when they have a cause. And always consider, what are they doing individually in their lives? How are they actually adding or improving the planet? I'm going to try something here. Maybe that's going to go better. I think that will go better. Okay, so riding a bicycle and talking and all these nice things together is actually quite a challenge, but perhaps with a lot more practice it's doable. I'm going to try and do that again. Okay, let's make another clip. Hi everybody, so this is take 2 of my little bundu bash. I'm taking a new route for my Saturday morning bicycle ride. Just to add to my YouTube footage. And there's quite a lot going on here, so I might not be as articulate as always, but I'll do my best. Whether this format of riding a bicycle and doing a YouTube video is going to be successful or not, time will tell. But nevertheless, it's something different. It's kind of like an offshoot to a YouTube channel called ADV China, where 2 guys ride motorbikes and chat to each other on various topics while they're going along. Now that's very popular, so let's see if my bicycle riding will turn out at all successful. There's a lot to think about when you're riding a bicycle, so excuse my concentration delays. This is actually a very pretty part of the area that I live. It's called Bailu in Johannesburg, and and there are a lot of horse trails around here because it's a very horsey area, and generally mountain bikes are not all that popular, but I think they're tolerated. I think I'm not supposed to drive something here with a motor, oh, that is motorized, but I think I'll get away with it this time. They may not have made specific rules about bicycles. Anyway, too much sun here. I'm gonna try and go back the other way. And hopefully get a nice 5-minute clip of the very pretty environment here. I was going to talk about climate change and all those nice things, but quite honestly, to talk about something complicated while you're riding a bike, while you're doing your video footage, is quite a challenge. So we'll leave that for another time. Yeah, the climate is changing. It has been changing for hundreds of millions of years, and it always does change. And whether it's human generated CO2 emissions causing it or not, well, that's an issue discussed in depth on the internet. Kids should be aware, and kids should voice their opinions, but one important thing about kids is that they should be aware that their own actions have impact. So if you're a kid that's taken off school and marching for climate awareness, please tell your parents to no longer drive you to school. Either walk or ride your bicycle. That's a good thing, but obviously you can't do it every day. But make your own little contribution, because that's what counts, not expecting everybody else to fix things. Yeah, we'd like to keep this pristine planet. Of course, it's not pristine everywhere the way it is. I'm one of the lucky people that live in an environment which has fairly clean air and blue skies, and yeah, glad about that. Anyway, let's keep on going up the hill. Yeah. Anyway, Justin, I hope your studies are going well. Thanks for the comments, and Sean, yeah, I hope you're enjoying riding with me on my little bit of a bundu bash there. I actually did the same thing last week without the camera, and it had just been raining and my bike was pretty muddy afterwards, but today doesn't seem that bad. So here we go. I'm gonna no, that's not gonna work. I was thinking of spinning the gimbal around and pointing it at me, but it doesn't do so much of a spin. What? Whoops. Not all of this is going to be usable. No, we'll go back to that. There we go. No idea what this footage is going to look like. I hope it's not too terrible. Yeah, so this is more or less the beginning of my to work every day. I go along the road first. Everyone's looking at me very suspiciously, but anyway, it's a nice neighborhood, and a lot of people are out this morning riding their bikes, jogging, taking their dogs for a walk. So things are very green at the moment. We must be in the rainy season here. Grass is all green, the trees are all green. Anyway, this is an interesting building project that was done here, but it seems to have come to a halt. I've got a bit of video footage of this from my drone. I flew over it. It's like a skateboarding, bicycle events place, but then it all just stopped. A lot of money has been spent here, but I have no idea why it all just stopped. But it looks like it could have been fun. Well, you won't see it on this footage, but there's all sorts of ramps and bicycle paths and skateboarding paths and all that. Anyway, let's see if it picks up again. Okay. behind some other cyclists. Of course I'm cheating with my e-bike, but well, if you're 60, I think you're allowed to cheat. Hey guys. Okay, so done my little bicycle ride for the morning, and back at the hamlet, greeted by, I have no idea what this dog's name is, and sidekick, other dog. Another dog. Yeah. Hey guys. Okay, so I think we'll call it quits. Hey everyone. Yeah, I've just done my bicycle ride and tried to do a little bit of conversation while I was going along, but that didn't go so well. So I thought I'd just chat while I'm here. Once I've arrived here, and the local horseman is looking at me like I'm a little bit crazy, but we were talking about the climate change issues, and why I was saying that the kids should rather be walking to school and riding their bicycles to school than telling the rest of the world how the world should be run, because each person is responsible for their own little turf. So sorry, what's your name?
Mark.
Mark?
Yes.
Oh, okay, Mark. I'm just making a video here for my friends. Okay, so Mark is just pulling out the irrigation here, so that they can water the grass and put on the sprinklers. There's a borehole pump here, and yeah, kids, it's good that you know about global warming and all these nice things, but do your little bit as best you can and clean your room and keep it all nice and tidy. That's where it all begins. In the words of one of my favorite YouTube personalities, Jordan Peterson. Thanks everyone. Bye.